In this section you will learn how to write the abstract.
The abstract of your research proposal is written at the end of the process and it should be viewed as a miniature version of your paper. This is a brief summary of each section. It consists of 250 words.
Typically, the abstract should be typed as a single paragraph. In some cases, journals use structured abstracts that consist of some brief paragraphs.
The first paragraph should introduce the research gap, that is, the problem you are trying to solve. The research problem is the trigger to your research question. This way, you make sure that your research focuses on a single problem and guides you throughout your study.
An abstract should always identify the aim of your research, that is, what you are trying to achieve. In summary, the aim is often presented right after the problem statement.
Your research question should also be included in the abstract. This question, which is derived from the problem statement, describes what you are trying to determine with your study. You also include the sub-questions or hypothesis, if it is a quantitative research, that help you answer the research question.
Describe the methods and materials you will use during your research. It can often be done in 1 or 2 sentences or more if the methodology is more complicated.
After the methodology, briefly describe your expected results.
The abstract should not contain lengthy background or contextual information, redundant phrases, unnecessary adverbs and adjectives, and repetitive information, acronyms or abbreviations, references to other literature. Say something like, current research shows that, or studies have indicated, using ellipticals, that is, ending with, or incomplete sentences, jargon or terms that may be confusing to the reader, citations to other works, and any sort of image, illustration, figure, or table, or references to them.
Let's take a look at a sample abstract, Memoirs of Genocide, From Poland to Sudan by Jasmine Angelini-Knoll and under the direction of Dr. Kenneth Waltzer, Jewish Studies Program from the Michigan State University.
For this project, related to my research assistance for Dr. Kenneth Waltzer in his work on the rescue of children and youth in Buchenwald, I will look at several different memoirs rooted in experiences of mass violence undergone by children and youth. I want to draw parallels between memoirs of youthful survivors who lived through the Nazi Holocaust in Europe, and the lost boys, who survived recent violent conflict in Sudan. My sample of memoirs includes works in French by Polish Jewish boys who survived the Holocaust in ghettos and work camps, finally winding up in Buchenwald. The Sudanese memoirs trace the paths of boys as they fled from destroyed homes to refugee camps. They are written in English, often involving the collaboration of American authors. Besides engaging each story individually, the exploration of these works urges broader questions about memory of horrific violence. How is memory presented and organized in memoir? What is emphasized and why? What are the motivations for speaking as witnesses of horror and survivors of violence? What are the implications of personal memoir for the larger task of preventing violence and genocide? These stories are diverse, they take place in worlds and times apart. They involve different actors and contexts. Yet they are also connected, involving experiences by youth of mass violence, survival, and finally efforts to represent memory years later as warning, as remembrance, and as an effort to help others understand.
Now it's your turn.
Answer these questions. You are going to record yourself answering these questions. You are going to record the synthetic voice and your voice as if it were a conversation. You have from 30 to 40 seconds to answer. Give complete answers. Give reasons. Use all the time you need to answer. Don't stop speaking. The file type you submit to your teacher must be MP3. If you need more time, stop this video and record your answer, then resume this video and continue with your recording.
You are going to practice several times answering these questions. When you think you are ready, record yourself with the speech-to-text microphone in WhatsApp in your cell phone. If it shows the words that you are saying, then your pronunciation is correct. If not, check your pronunciation, find a voice synthesis application so that you copy and paste what you are trying to say and listen to how the words are pronounced, then try again until you pronounce correctly. When you are able to pronounce correctly, then record the questions and your answers using your cell phone and submit it to your teacher.
1. Escucha las preguntas primero. 2. Escribe tus respuestas. 3. Practica leyendo tus respuestas con tu celular en el modo de voz a texto para que verifiques que se escriben correctamente las palabras que dices. También puedes usar otro programa de reconocimiento de voz o de dictado. 4. Cuando pronuncies bien, graba la conversación. Si pronuncias mal, no envíes tu archivo hasta que lo hagas correctamente.
When will you write the abstract of your research proposal? Approximately how many words does an abstract have? Describe the contents of an abstract of a research proposal. How many paragraphs does the non-structured abstract usually have? Does the abstract of your research proposal contain the results of your work?
This is the end of the session. See you in our next Hands on the Writing a Research Proposal Flipped Classroom session.